So I oftentimes talk about the physical root causes of fibroids, but today I want to address the spiritual root causes, okay? Because every womb issue has a spiritual root cause, in case you did not know, and fibroids definitely is one. There's a lot going on spiritually and energetically when a woman develops fibroids. So when a woman has fibroids, right, this is suppressed, almost blocked creative energy, okay? Because the womb represents creation, right? So when there's fibroids in the womb, right, there's an issue with the creative energy. There's an issue with the connection to the body. There's an issue with balance, right? There's an issue with flow. There's an issue. So these are not just physical issues, they're also energetic issues. And women that have fibroids see this reflect back into their life. There's a lot of stagnation when we're dealing with fibroids, right? There's a lot of stagnation internally and also externally as well. So stagnation, this could look like you not being able to move past one point in your life, right? You feeling stuck in your life. And a lot of times this is due to women that have fibroids, they're holding on, right? So think of those blockages as pain, as fear, as anxiety, right? They're almost afraid to really embrace their creative energy all the way. There's fear holding them back. There's fear keeping them stagnant, right? So a lot of women that have fibroids operate in limited beliefs, fear, anxiety, right? They kind of stay stuck. It could be in their careers. It could be in their relationships. It could be the friend group that they have, they stay stuck due to fear of really embracing the fullness of themselves. And for everybody, this is going to look differently, right? This is going to play out differently. For one person, it may be they feel stuck, right, in their relationship, right, and they're afraid to move forward. And another person, it could be they're holding on to past traumas that happened, during childhood, past heartbreaks, right? They're needing and seeking validation outside of themselves because, again, they haven't embraced the fullness of them, right? They're not enough. There's a feeling of them not being enough, right? So when you're on a womb healing journey, this is why I always say it's like a self-love journey. It's also like a return back to yourself, back to your center, back to your balance, right? Back to your natural feminine essence. This is why it's so important to embark on a womb healing journey. This is why it's so important to go on the journey of shrinking and dissolving your fibroids, rebalancing your hormone, and also not just put your body in harmony, it also puts your mind, your soul, holistic health, everything, right? So these womb issues affect you on a holistic level, right? That's why it's so important. Like I said, holistic healing is so important, right?